Yeah, thanks. In reality, thanks a lot for inviting me. I think that the Europabon project and ENETWILD, although they come from different places, we kind of arrive to the same messages, and also we kind of walk in parallel for the same objective. And I think that keeping track to each other, I think that it's very nice, and I think that we can learn a lot. I'm gonna today present shortly what the Europabon project is, what we have achieved, and then where it's coming next. Yeah, I'm gonna present all the work from all colleagues of the project, not only me. First of all, the aim of Europabon is to co-design an European biodiversity observatory network, observation network. This is from the point of view of policy. And the idea is that this could capture the current reporting that we have had a very good overview 2 presentations ago, but also the future reporting that will come from the 2030 biodiversity strategy, but also reporting that could come from the 2030 CBD goals, and then capture all this biodiversity. This is a 4-year project. It's a design project. There is no implementation, or a little bit, but I explain later. And we are a group of institutions around Europe with different expertise. And as most European projects, we are organizing work package. I'm only going to mention some of them. The basic structure of Europabon is this stakeholder engagement. We are not designing the project. The idea is that we are co-designing the project with all these stakeholders in Europe that works in biodiversity, NGOs, policymakers, academia. We now have a network of 1,400 members. And we have organized several workshops with hundreds of people to consult. Also, another important package was the idea of the assessing what is currently happening in Europe. There was a big effort to understanding what monitoring initiative exists at the European level. Then there is a part of the co-design, that is where we are now putting all our energy. And also we have these 5 showcases to show how this could look in a moment of implementation. As I say, we're going to stay in the design phase, but we have these 5 showcases that could show us how this look like. The basis of Europabon, or the core element of Europabon, is these essential biodiversity variables. I already have seen in some presentations that was mentioned these EBVs. I would refer probably EBVs, that it's this middle product, biodiversity product, that it's between the observation and the indicators, and that help us to standardize our biodiversity data and to track change. This is the core concept of the GeoBon network, if you might have heard about. And for Europe, what we decided was, after almost 2 years of stakeholder and expert involvements and several workshops, we define 70 essential biodiversity variables that are necessary to be monitored in Europe. This is currently public. There is a GitHub page where you could find all these 70. I cannot present 70 EBVs because I'm going to spend here hours, but they involve terrestrial, marine, and freshwater ecosystems, and involve all aspects of biodiversity, from genetic composition, species population, species traits, community composition, ecosystem function, and ecosystem structure. These are what we call EBV classes. And yeah, there is things that are species focused and things that are ecosystem focused. I am only going to show some examples. I put mammals. I don't know why, but because we are here in the anyway. And these are the 5 EBVs related to mammals. There is specifically species distribution from freshwater mammals, marine mammals, and terrestrial mammals. Also, we have some EBBs in phenology for marine mammals and in a species abundance for selected terrestrial mammals. Also for each EBB, we set a definition, potential metrics, potential spatial resolution that we want that this EBB look like, the temporal resolution, and the taxonomical scope. We consider this list of EBBs a live product, meaning that with new needs or with new stakeholders, this could vary, but this is kind of what we arrive from the mammal point of view. What else? Then the idea of knowing what it's currently are. For that, we create this database of what we call monitoring streams, where we evaluate what are the initiatives and how data is moving from the data collection to the European nodes, how data is moving and which initiative we have now and which products are currently producing. For example, we are producing some indicators for butterflies, we are producing some indicators for birds, and how all this data move around. This is also a public product that you can go to the website and check. We had tried to list as much as possible initiative from the country level to the European level. And with this information, we start analyzing what we have. And when you see there is quite a lot of red, what we are checking here is from the data collection perspective, where are the measured gaps for each EBB, taking in consideration country coverage, taxonomical coverage, standardization, time series, long-time monitoring, sampling frequency, sampling coverage density, and several other variables. And as you see, we have a problem in terms of sampling coverage, but we have problems in taxonomical coverage. We have already learned quite a lot about that. We try to go further and also look to all the bottlenecks and workflows. I'm not going to specify which of these categories, but as you see, there is quite, again, a lot of red. And very interesting, there is quite a lot of red in data integration. And I think that here we can, again, merge between what ENETWILD is finding and what we are finding. No? There is really, we have a problem of data integration and data standardization. And now what is our proposal? And I think that here is what we come to the co-design. For us, the co-design, it's not only about the data collection, it's about all the workflow that would generate an EBB. And then this involves data collection, data integration, and data modeling, but also other aspects that maybe are not inside the workflow, but are necessary for this workflow to kind of work. That is interoperability, which metadata are we using, which it's this data open access with licenses. We have data agreements, to sharing data agreements, and also which infrastructure. If we are thinking in a European network, we can think in data repositories, cloud computing, and another type of infrastructure that we will need. These are the components of when we think in the co-design. How this look like, again, this is one example. This is what we are currently working in. As a row, you have the different components, data collection, data integration, and modeling. But as a column, we decided to separate what is currently happening, where are the emerging tools and projects that are happening in Europe, and here is where ENETWILD is there, like, this is what we have to look for, and we have to make these emerging tools or emerging projects something permanent, because the things are happening and they are doing well, and what else is needed in the future to really fully implement that. And, well, as a current aspects, we have, for example, the European Mammal Atlas, but we know that this is not a structured monitoring. There is data from different sources, simply aggregated at the 50 by 50 kilometers. Then there is all these emerging things that come from ENETWILD. That is not only one, it's a lot of products and ideas that are coming from ENETWILD. But we still have to do more. We still need to improve data standardization. We still need to improve, expand the models that ENETWILD is developing to other taxa, but kind of these guide us the needs. We kind of now working quite a lot in these future needs, and we have classified the future needs for the different EBVs in terms of improving sampling design, increasing sampling effort, capacity building, implementing novel sampling techniques, using satellites, using reference data sets, automatic workflows, expanding integration nodes, and developing models. We see that developing models and increasing sampling efforts are the two main consistent needs that are claimed for all the realms. But in reality, we are still working on really defining what are these needs and what we can present to Europe, where they have to invest and put the money to really develop a full European observatory network. And now I jump to the next steps. Again, we need more work in the future needs, but probably we need new sampling designs. There is some EBVs that we propose that we have really nothing. Really, we have really things that really there is very, very few things, and we need to really work on new sampling designs. That this could be co-locations of monitorings, maybe run by the European Commission. Also, there is this idea that we need a coordination center, an European Biodiversity Coordination Center that could coordinate all the monitoring. And for that, we are developing what we call the terms of reference. We are trying to connect. Here there is a small map of different actors that now are playing a role in all of these. We are trying to connect and see how this European Coordination Center can work. It's as a centralized institution or decentralized institution, and who and how. But as you see, this is only some of the actors that play important roles currently in Europe. And as a final product, we want to propose a cost-efficient integrated Europabon biodiversity observation network with, to support policy, and that incorporates the workflows and novel technologies. We are already starting working on how this could look like. With the state-of-the-art, a minimum set of complementary measures, suggestions for implementations, and which are the next steps. But yeah, we are still working. Yeah, thanks a lot.